You're not behind on Claude, not yet. Most people are still prompting Claude like it's ChatGPT, and that's why their outputs feel generic, watered down, and forgettable. By the end of this video, you'll know more about Claude than 90% of users. Stay till the end, you'll be in the top 1%. I've tested every major Claude release since Opus 3. I've built production workflows on the API. I've shipped tools that pull six figures using nothing but Claude as the engine. Today I'm going to show you exactly how Claude works, how to prompt it correctly, how to master it, and how to build a workflow around it that compounds every week. Here's the path. 4 pillars, 7 concepts. Stick with me. Every node connects to the next. Claude isn't ChatGPT with a different logo. It's built on a fundamentally different architecture, and if you don't understand that, you'll waste every prompt you write. 3 things make Claude different. XML-native parsing means Claude was specifically trained on prompts wrapped in tags like and. When you use those tags, Claude doesn't just see formatting, it sees semantic structure. Internal testing shows XML tag prompts produce 20 to 40% more consistent outputs than the same prompt in plain text. ChatGPT can read XML, but Claude was built for it. Constitutional AI training means Claude treats your prompts as contracts. Tell it never do X, always do Y. And it follows those rules more strictly than any other model. This is why Claude is the model people trust for legal, medical, and financial work. Context windows in the 200K plus token range mean you can drop entire code bases, full books, hours of meeting transcripts into a single prompt, and Claude maintains coherence across all of it. ChatGPT chokes on that volume. Claude was built to handle it. That's the architecture. Now let's talk about how to actually use it. You need 2 things at the foundation level: the right prompt structure and the right model selection. Node 2, XML tag structure. Last month, a founder I was working with spent 3 weeks trying to write a product launch sequence with ChatGPT. Every output was generic, every revision felt watered down. He sent me his prompt, 3 sentences of plain text. I rewrote it for Claude using XML tags. 12 seconds later, Claude returned a 5-stage launch sequence with subject lines, body copy, send timing, and segmentation logic. He shipped it that afternoon, booked 47 demos in week 1. Here's what that prompt looked like. The role activates Claude's domain knowledge. The context narrows everything to your specific situation. The task tells it exactly what to produce. The format makes the output usable without rework. Skip any of these, and Claude starts guessing. Include all 4, and Claude executes like a senior employee who's been at your company for a year. Node 3, pick one model and master it. Claude has 3 model tiers. Each one has a job. Most people pick the wrong model for the wrong task. They use Opus for everything and burn through their usage limits in 3 hours. Or they use Haiku for complex strategy work and wonder why the output feels shallow. Pick one model for your primary work. Master it. I use Sonnet for 80% of what I do. Opus when I need deep reasoning on a hard problem. Haiku almost never, unless I'm running batch operations through the API. Stop tool switching. Masters go deep before they go wide. This is where most tutorials stop. The next 3 techniques separate the top 10% of Claude users from the top 1%. Node 4, pull prompting, plus meta prompting. Most people use Claude the hard way. They do 80% of the work themselves and let Claude finish the last 20%. That's push prompting. You're telling Claude how to do the task step by step. Pull prompting flips that. You give Claude the outcome you want and ask it to extract the information from you before it produces anything. Here's the structure. Step 1. Give Claude the role and context like you normally would. Step 2. Give it the outcome-based objective. Be specific. I need a 12-month content strategy that grows my newsletter from 500 to 10,000 subscribers. Step 3. Tell Claude to ask you every question it needs before producing anything. Now Claude takes the lead. It interviews you. 7 questions. 10 questions. Whatever it needs to deliver something laser relevant. You answer. Then, Claude produces the strategy with full context. Meta prompting takes this one step further. When you're stuck, ask Claude to write your prompt for you. Tell it, generate the optimal prompt I should give you to get the best possible result on this task. Include what context, constraints, and examples I should provide. Claude will tell you exactly what it needs to do its best work. You're letting the model architect its own brief. For any complex task, anayansay oi might oi white seer over manadan and then over we kun guarded site oids denic site o Always kitestas, prize startings, problem solving, debugging, strategic decisions. Give Claude space to reason before it answers. Wrap your request like this. Claude will visibly show its reasoning. You'll see the trade-offs, the constraints, the rejected options, the final logic. This single technique improves accuracy by 15 to 40% on reasoning-heavy tasks. It also makes Claude debuggable. If the answer is wrong, you can see exactly where the reasoning broke down and fix the prompt. Stop trying to do everything in one massive prompt. When a task has multiple distinct stages, chain them. For example, writing a research report. Prompt 1. Research these 5 sources and extract the key data points. Prompt 2. Synthesize these data points into 3 insights. Prompt 3. Write a 1,500-word report using these insights, formatted as follows. Each prompt gets Claude's full attention. Each output becomes the input for the next link. If any step produces a bad output, you isolate and fix that one prompt. You don't have to rewrite the whole pipeline. The last piece is workflow architecture. This is the difference between someone who uses Claude as a tool and someone who builds a system around Claude that compounds. Node 7. Claude Projects and Master Documents. Claude Projects are persistent knowledge containers. You set up a project, upload reference documents, brand voice guides, product specs, past customer conversations, your master prompts, and every chat inside that project automatically has access to all of it. Most people start every conversation cold. They paste the same context every time. They re-explain who they are, what their company does, what their style preferences are. That's not just inefficient, it's why their outputs feel inconsistent. Create a project for each major role in your work. CEO project, marketing project, engineering project, personal finance project. Upload everything Claude needs to know about that part of your life. Now every conversation starts with full context. Inside each project, write one master document, a manual about that role. Who you are in that role, what you do, who your customers are, what your goals are, what your constraints are, how you communicate. Save it as a PDF. Upload it to the project. From now on, every chat in that project starts with Claude knowing you. This is the moment Claude stops feeling like a stranger and starts feeling like a senior employee who's been at your company for years. Here's what you actually need to do this week. That's it. 3 actions. Less than an hour of work. Top 1% of Claude users by tomorrow. If this helped, hit subscribe. Every video on this channel goes deeper on the AI tools and workflows that actually compound. Drop a comment with the one technique you're implementing first. I read every reply. See you in the next one.